Hey, what's up you guys? Alright, so today I'm gonna test out doing like vlogs again. I tried doing vlogs when I first started, but I don't know, I didn't find things to talk about, but now that I'm more comfortable and in my skin and feeling it, I'm gonna try it again and see if I like it. And if you guys like it, even better. I am making something. I have a passion for cooking. And mind you, it's a newly found passion. I have not always cooked. I haven't been that child that was like, I'm gonna cook you dinner at like freaking 15. No, I was the child that was like, so what's for dinner? So I started cooking probably like 2 years ago. And by cooking, I mean like pastas, easy stuff. There was an ongoing joke with my mom and Eric about, oh, what are you making today? Pasta? Yeah, that's how much I cook pasta. But I've since recently gotten out of my comfort zone and made new things. What's the last thing I made? I made some broccoli cheddar last time from scratch and it was so good. And today, to stick with that like theme, because I'm feeling a little bit sick, I am making some French onion soup. What I basically did, if I'm like, oh I want this, oh I want French onion soup, I just go on Pinterest, find a recipe that I like and that is probably the most affordable for myself, and then go with it. Go to the grocery store, get everything I need, and start it. Today, I didn't know I was gonna vlog, so if I knew I was gonna vlog, I would have showed you the prep stuff. All that's in there is cut up onions and butter, and then I'm supposed to like babysit it for like 30 minutes. That's what Pinterest says, so we'll see. So far it's been babysitting for like, I want to say 10 minutes. Just wait until it gets brown. So I'm making that, and then I'm gonna make some broccoli and beef stir fry with like flank steak, and it should be good. We'll see. I don't know. I'm making it for myself and Eric. See if we like it. I don't know. So if you're thinking to yourself, oh my gosh, I am the worst cook in the world, I don't know what I'm doing, the best thing about Pinterest is when you see a picture of like French onion soup and you click on it, when you click on it, it takes you to the recipe of exactly what you need, the ingredients, the measurements, and it shows you step by step in dumbified version. Cut onions, blah blah blah, you know, like it tells you exactly what to do. So I feel like if you're a new cooker, Pinterest is your go-to. My family not makes fun of me, but you know, teases me for being the Pinterest cooker, but it's like, I don't know what I'm doing. So Pinterest is the easiest way to like follow every single direction and know exactly what to do. I'm just waiting on my onions to caramelize, and on the thing it says put butter, put onion, and then wait 34 minutes and just kind of babysit it. And I'm thinking to myself, oh my gosh, like they're just gonna burn. But no, look at them. Last time I saw them, they're white, and now they are caramelizing. And if you could smell this right now, it smells so good. But yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just following directions and praying to God it tastes good. As long as you have all the ingredients it calls for, and you follow it step by step and use your timer, I feel like if you want to start cooking, use Pinterest. Oh, and also something good to remember that I never took to heart when I first started cooking that my mom tried teaching me was butter is expendable. If it says 3 tablespoons of butter, you can use a little bit more. You don't need to be exact. I used to be very exact, like if it said like 1 teaspoon of butter or 1 teaspoon of olive oil, I would literally like to the T make sure that's what was being poured out. But like with this cooking right now, it said 3 tablespoons of butter, but when it started like cooking, since it's so much onions, I put more butter. I couldn't tell you how much more I put, but I put more butter than it called for. And guess what? My onions are caramelizing, and I bet you it's gonna have an even better taste. And for those of you out there who are like, oh, but I don't want such a high like carb or calorie count on my dinners, then you know, go by what the thing tells you to. But if you're like me and you love flavor and you love just how food tastes, like I'm a foodie hardcore. Like yes, I work out on a regular basis and blah blah blah, and I try to watch what I eat, but at the same time when I'm cooking for myself, and I want this to taste good for myself. If I'm spending $20+ on something that I'm cooking, I want it to be like the best thing I've ever had, or at least the best thing that I thought it would be, you know? Just go with it. Okay, so now I brought my onions to like a caramelized color. I added garlic, I added beef broth, I added Worcestershire sauce, I don't know how to pronounce that, and then I added, this is the thing that I'm very like weary about because I'm not one for spices, and the recipe called for thyme and a bay leaf. I couldn't find fresh bay leaves that were less than like $4, so I just got the dried bay leaves, and it calls for 1. So I put 1 in there, but then the thyme, it calls for fresh thyme as well, and it says 3 little things of thyme. But it also says, you know, if you got dried thyme, it tells you the portion for it. I'm kind of worried because it says after it boils, it says to take the thyme out. But if you can see, the thyme is not the leaf, obviously. The thyme, like, it's those little pieces. And I've had French onion before and it never has those little pieces in it, so I'm a little bit concerned, and I don't like spices, so let's pray to God that this did not ruin my French onion soup because it smelled so good. If anything, I'm just gonna like fish out as much of the thyme as I can, so we'll see. I let it simmer for 20 minutes and I tasted it, and it does have that little bit of taste of thyme. So I called my mom to see what I can do, and she was like, Dom, you know that thyme is a very strong spice, so put some more beef broth in there and let it simmer some more. So I had already taken it off the oven, so what I did, I just put it back on the oven on low, and I'm just gonna let it simmer. But this is what it looks like right now. It looks like any old French onion soup. I'm just gonna bake my bread, because if you have had French onion, you know that the 2 main things that have to be in there, other than the onions, is gonna be the bread and the cheese melted on top of it. So I'm just gonna empty out my oven, put my bread in, and then we'll go from there. Right now I'm starting my like main course dish. It's just the stir-fried beef, and let me show you. The things that we used in this recipe that's called for is gonna be sherry cooking wine, and ooh, this is so great. If you're a cooker, you should know that this exists. You don't even have to have your ID. You know, you don't have to be 21 to buy this. You can just buy this without even needing it. This was for a different recipe. Anyways, so we had the recipe called for honey, sherry cooking wine, soy sauce, sesame oil, cornstarch here in the back hiding, and then I think that was it. I'll link the recipe in the description below, but you just put all that together and then you whisk it together. I couldn't find my whisk, so if you don't have a whisk and you're kind of on a budget, just use a fork, it'll do, and you just kind of whisk it together until all the ingredients are mixed. And this smells so good. I wish you guys can smell it. And I have my my meat right here already in prep, and I have my broccoli right there, well minus that broccoli right there that's not prepped, but everything else in there is cut and ready. That's probably the best thing to do when it comes to cooking, is always have your prep stuff ready, because if not, you're gonna make the mistake that I made when I first started cooking of not prepping and just prepping as I go, and then you're gonna feel more frantic, you're gonna feel so flustered, and you don't want that when cooking. Okay, so now that I have all of my like ingredients mixed up, I just put some olive oil and put my flank steak that I thinly cut, and I'm just gonna cook it until it's fully cooked. You want to do like thin slices so it's easier to cook and it cooks faster and you don't have to like burn your meat. So I added the sauce that I showed you guys earlier after the meat like finally cooked all the way through. Now I'm just waiting for my oven to preheat to 400, and then I'm gonna put my baguettes in there. If you don't know what a baguette is, just basically bread. Looks like this. And then I'm gonna put it in the oven. I'm gonna make it nice and like toasty. And once that is done, my meat should be done, so it should all be done around the same time. So I have my beef and broccoli done. It was supposed to thicken more, but I don't know why it didn't thicken. When I was cooking just the meat by itself with some olive oil, it was really watery once it cooked all the way through. I don't know what I did wrong. But anyways, as for the French onion, I put it in the oven. That is the French onion in like a pan. I didn't know that when cooking French onion and you want to like broil it or something, you need to have one of those like oven safe mini type cups to put your soup in. I don't have that, so we'll see how it goes. So this is my French onion soup. It's not in its bowl yet. The bowl is over here because I don't have the oven safe stuff, as I said. So I still wanted that really soft and like melty cheese effect of the French onion. So I just put it in the broiler. Hi, babe.
Hi, baby.
Here is our beef. It smells delicious. And I'm about to serve the food. We're gonna eat right now, and we're gonna be so excited. We'll let you know. As you can tell, I am not at home, and it is not nighttime like I was cooking, as you last saw. Me and Eric ate, and then we went to the gym, and I was so tired, so I was in bed by like 10 o'clock or something like that. But granted, I had like worked early in the morning, so it's not like I'm an old lady. But yeah, thoughts on the French onion. I think it would have been better if it didn't have the thyme that I was telling you about that was questionable. Like, the flavoring was so good, the onions taste so good and caramelized, and you know, all that good stuff. The only thing that was like really prominent was the thyme. Like, I couldn't taste the bay leaves in it, but the thyme, ugh. And then Eric and I both agreed that we liked the beef stir fry with broccoli. It was delicious. The broccoli was perfectly cooked. So if you guys want to learn how to make that, just click the links in the description below. I'll put the French onion one and the beef stir fry one, but let it be known that if you put the thyme in the French onion recipe, you are gonna get that really like herby taste. And if you don't like that herby taste, then don't do the thyme. I think the next time I'm gonna make it, I'm gonna do it without thyme. I think that's gonna be the end of this video. I hope you guys liked it. I don't know if it's gonna be a long one. I try not to make like the longest videos because I know some people just want like a quick 4-minute video and go on with their day. But I don't know, I just like all the footage that I put out there, so if it's long, it's out there because I really like that one special moment. I hope you guys liked it. If you guys liked it, leave a like, subscribe. Come on, you know you want to see this face like all the time. In your face, bugging you. Alright, I catch you guys later. Bye!